I arrived home at a long day's work, and as I stepped into my home, I felt my day dawning me. At this point, I could think of nothing better than a good night's sleep. With heavy arms, I threw my jacket on a chair by the front door and kicked off my boots. Then I went upstairs and saw the light coming from my daughter's room through the door that was left ajar. I entered her room silently and light on my feet, and when I saw her, it was as if my heavy weight was lifted from my shoulders, and I forgot everything about my long day at work. The sight of her calm slumber brought a tender smile to my lips, and for a moment, I was entwined in what felt like eternal bliss. I leaned down, pressing a gentle kiss on her chin, my heart beating from the butterflies in my stomach and the fatherly love I had for her, which only a parent can understand. Quietly, I whispered, "Good night," and closed the door. Moving to our bedroom, I found the bedroom dimmed, but I could still see that I had woken my wife. Perhaps I hadn't moved so quietly as I intended. The smile from seeing my daughter was still on my lips as I found my wife's eyes observing me from the dark, and I whispered, "How was your day?" She sighed, her eyes reflecting a mixture of exhaustion and fondness. "It's been quite a day, taking care of our little one all by myself, but she's finally asleep now." Her words clung to me, and in the dark, I could faintly see the trials of parenthood etched in her expression. I slipped under the covers beside her, and once again, it was like the tiredness from my long day vanished when I touched her, and after a short moment I was fast asleep. I was floating through the obscurity of my dreams when I woke from my slumber. The soft cry of our daughter roused me, breaking the stillness of the house. I sat on the bedside, ready to rise and comfort her back to sleep, but my wife's whispering but insisting voice halted me. "I'll go check on her," she said, her silhouette slipping through the door. I nodded, sinking back into the pillows, and she had only been gone for less than 5 minutes when she was in and back in bed. I mumbled something about how easy that seemed, and she said nothing but lay on her side. I closed my eyes and waited until I dozed off, but although I had been so tired earlier, I could not fall asleep again. I lay there in the dark, hearing my wife's faint snoring when finally, I decided to go downstairs and hopefully fall asleep in front of the television. So I did. I descended the staircase, and there, on the coffee table, I noticed my phone. I thought I had brought it with me as always, but somehow, I had forgotten it on my way up. Its screen lit in a ghostly glow, notifying me of my 36 missed calls, all from my wife. Why had she called so many times? And why had I not heard the phone ring? And a third question hit me. Why hadn't she said anything when I entered the bedroom? With trembling hands, I navigated to the call log, my heart pounding in my chest and my thoughts stressed with confusion. How could she have called me so many times without mentioning it as I came home? Then, as if summoned by the shadows themselves, the front door swung open. My wife stumbled in, her face filled with tears and in raw panic. She looked at me with wild eyes, her voice catching in a sob as she cried out, "Why didn't you answer? I've been at the police station. They took her!" Confusion gripped me as I repeated her question. "They took her? Whom did they take?" She burst into an agonizing cry. "Lily, they took Lily!" "Lily?" I repeated. "Lily is fast asleep upstairs. You were just with her." And now the realization hit me. If she was standing in front of me, who was it that was sleeping in our bed? My mind raced, piecing the disjointed puzzle before me. But then, a realization struck me with the force of a sledgehammer, sending a shockwave through my veins. My heart stuttered as I looked towards the stairs. The realization hung heavy and demanding in the air. My wife was downstairs with me. She had never been in our bedroom, and someone was upstairs with our child.